Hey, how the hell are you? Mitchell Lee, Brandon Tew, Tommy Grant, Stranger Nerds, Things, Stuff-ish. It's the Vanishing of Holly Wheeler, Season 5, Chapter
Whoa!
2,
Spoiler.
Episode 2. All right, so Holly Wheeler, right? We're going to
A
jump right into it.
character we have no attachment to in this show.
A character... This is my favorite character in the show, and she's in danger. I couldn't possibly be more fucking like, okay, take her. I don't give a damn.
I will say I was absolutely shocked to see Mr. Wheeler not in his chair and actually outside doing things.
Yeah, he was so upset that he was hitting golf balls. I was like, good for him.
The first time, this was
like,
first time. This was a sign. The first time that Mr. Wheeler's up doing something, shit goes down in his house.
Well, to be fair, I would have left the house too and started hitting golf balls if my wife said to me, "Do you even know the age of your own daughter?" That was a very aggressive, I
do
conversation
agree.
they were having. So, I think I'm okay with him actually leaving the house and doing something.
It's just this whole
very
opening,
funny.
This whole opening sequence just made me annoyed at the Wheelers again.
The fact they dropped this as a 4-episode thing, you had to watch ahead. Like as soon as the other episode ended, you're like, I have to know what happens.
I don't know if this is like a special effects thing or not, or it's just the show is aged a little bit. But I'm a little confused as to how easily these Demogorgons just open portals now. Whereas
they can just open portals.
In the earlier seasons, it was like
pull portals out of their ass.
I know. Like, the earlier seasons, it was like a whole ordeal just to open a little portal, and now they're just ripping it open left and right without a problem.
They're like the video game Portal, where you just like the whole point of the game is just to like open portals. That's what the Demogorgons are doing now. They can just open them whenever. That must be a Vecna thing.
I don't know if that's because Vecna like has now basically controlled the whole area that they're able to do that, but they're just popping up portals left and right like it's no issue at all.
And a character we really don't know much about. We saw in 3 scenes from the episode before, maybe 4. Her imaginary friend, Mr. Whatsit, is apparently a bigger part of the show than we would anticipate. I have a lot of thoughts on this, but I also don't have that many thoughts on it because it's such a strange episode. Not to be funny, but it's just a strange episode. Yeah,
because we start off obviously with a lot of intensity with the whole Demogorgon chasing down Holly, but then you have the scenes where she's in the bathroom with her mom, and her mom, like, if your kid is screaming bloody murder around the house, evening time, don't be like, oh, it was just a nightmare. Your kid wasn't even fucking asleep yet. Don't be like, oh, it was just
I've never understood. Yeah, no. The way that the
parents any horror movie ever,
that was just Mrs. Wheeler saying, "I don't want to deal with you right now. Please go back to your room so I can go sit in the bath and not think about you or your father, or the other 2 kids that are just also not home at all."
She tries to explain, like, no, it's not a nightmare. Like, you have to believe me. And she's, like, begging with her mom to believe her.
And the only reason she believed her is because she saw blood on the back of her head. Like, it really took you that much?
It took that much for you to believe it. Even if my kid was that scared from a nightmare, I would probably take it seriously. Yeah. I want to ask both of you this question. Mitchell, I'll go ahead and start with you. Is Mrs. Wheeler up for the Worst Parent of the Year award beside her husband, Mr. Wheeler? Are they the worst parents in all of TV? Let's just start there. They might be.
In all of TV?
I mean, there's some bad parents.
There's definitely worse out there. There are many.
Bet if I got, I was gonna say, I bet if I got into Game of Thrones, like, there'd be some bad ones.
Some of the parents in Game of Thrones are.
It's hard to judge them because in this show, we've gotten very limited visibility into all the other parents.
Well, they're just
like we saw the Sinclairs in a few scenes in season.
Yeah, that's true. Dustin's mom,
but
doesn't really
I think the worst parents. No, the worst parents out there are Steve's parents because they're completely non-existent.
True, they just don't even exist.
No.
Is that what the 80s was like?
Well,
you could just do whatever you wanted, and no one would say anything to you. Like
it was a different time, or so I've been told.
That's what I'm trying to understand. Like, this isn't like go play outside, go play football for 7 hours, or go play at the park and then come back, drink water out of the hose type of stuff. Like, the earthquakes are opening up in Hawkins, and these kids are still running around, and no one gives a shit where they are. And it's like, I mean, now they're in high school, so I understand a little bit more responsibility. But we're talking about like middle schoolers who played Dungeons and Dragons all night, and the parents were upset that they were in the basement all time, and now they just don't give a fuck. They're just like, do whatever you want. I can't get down with that. I think this makes the parents look awful, and I don't know if the Duffer Brothers are trying to say something or whatnot. I don't know if they're like.
No, I think it's just they just don't have enough care to write in good stories for the parents. And Mr. Wheeler is the most Ned Flanders type character with his dialogue.
Is very Ned Flanders.
With his dialogue, it just screams Ned Flanders. And even in this scene where he's basically faced with death, and I can't remember what the hell he said, but it was just something stupid. I'm like, okay. And
at least he tried to do something.
What are your thoughts? I think he's dead, but we don't get a confirmation if he's dead or not.
I'm going to go with there's no way they would just kill them that quickly without something happening.
I feel like that'd be a easy kill just to chop up to the books of like, hey, we're going to get the kill count up this season.
It would be a somewhat easy kill, but I also think like the impact of it would be like, obviously the Wheelers would be like, holy shit, like we never told them anything. And we get that episode, we get that in the episode where Nancy's like, what are we doing here? Like, we didn't tell our parents the entire time.
Like, they're also shitty
But also,
kids.
how do they not know? Sorry.
Here's my other thing.
I mean, fair.
Assuming Mr. Wheeler is alive, then they are some really shitty kids to basically go to the hospital, only see their mom just to get information out of her and then leave. Not even bother to say, hey, is that okay?
That's what I'm saying. That's what happened.
I think Mr. Wheeler
I think he's alive. And I think they basically were just like, we only care about the info because, again, we're so wrapped up in this Vecna, Demogorgon, Hawkins nightmare that is happening in this town that we actually don't even care about our parents, which is honestly
no time for character development. We got to get to the plot.
What? Well, I think it's hilarious
that's not
that
how
Nancy
it should work.
I think that's how I think it's hilarious that Nancy was like, what is wrong with us? Like, we didn't loop them in, they almost died, and we're still acting like this.
And while I do
her
agree,
brother's trying to like
reasoning there, I would also say, why bother? Because your child was also almost killed by a monster, and you didn't believe her until it attacked you.
Fair enough.
So I'm sure if they told him all of this, they would have been like, "Oh, you're just
they would have
playing
blown
Dungeons and Dragons game. Like, you're just making up stories."
Well, the rest of can we get to that? The rest of the nation believes that Dungeons and Dragons conjures like demonic spirits or something like that. So clearly, no one in this universe knows what's going on at all.
That's a very 80s trope.
No, yeah,
the
it is
Satanic Panic. Like they're playing heavily into that, and we talked a lot about that last season.
Last season was a huge part of that.
But, I will give props to Karen for basically doing the Molly Weasley, not my daughter, you bitch line on the Demogorgon before she just started prison shanking it with a wine bottle, which was pretty badass.
Yeah, it was badass.
No, I was like, no, kill that bitch now, please. Just
stop.
Wow.
Someone needs to go.
So,
and she's drunk on wine. No.
That's why she said all those mean things to Mr. Wheeler. I mean,
that's true.
I will say, I wasn't here for this conversation, but at least she didn't cheat on him with Billy. Props to her for not being an absolutely terrible person, but she's not going to get a pass from me. None of the adults in this show are going to get passes from me. Honestly, none of the kids. Justin, I'm looking at you. Justin, you don't get a pass. You're being a shitty person.
The only one that does is Joyce, because she's the only one who's supporting the kids in this whole initiative.
I mean, she's even trying at this point. Like,
yeah.
Man,
But I want to talk about 11's just flawless walk into the Upside Down, just no hesitation. She has been waiting for this chance.
I think
And the only reason she had the opportunity was because Nancy told her to go, and she's like, well, Hopper's not here to hold me back, so I'm going in.
Yeah.
But man, the confidence she had just walking through that thing like it was nothing.
Well, she's the biggest badass on the show.
I know. I appreciate it. I was like, all right, finally, we're going to get some 11 being a badass and not just being held back by Hopper the whole time. But then we get her finding Hopper, and Hopper, of course, the first thing he does is starts yelling at her for basically being there. And it's getting a little boring. I'm getting tired of Hopper just constantly just holding her back. And I get it. Like, he doesn't want another daughter to die. But it's like, it's 11. She's got this.
I think that we've reached the point of the show where I'm kind of getting tired of a lot of X, Y, and Z because it's a lot of familiar stuff.
Yeah.
And at this point in the season, it doesn't quite feel like we're building to things just yet.
Yeah.
But because they want us to be like, oh, well, it's okay. We have the parents in the hospital now. It's like, I don't care. No one cares.
It's one of those things where it's like,
parents.
Like we know, like it's not like one of those situations where it's like, oh, maybe there'll be another season. Like, no, this is the final season, so they need to wrap everything up in a nice big bow. So I don't think we need to have all these moments of just same storyline. You know, let's start progressing and getting these characters wrapped up, and not have the same dialogue over and over.
It's very obvious that this 4-episode stretch is like one big movie storyline arc type of thing, and that the next stretch they release is going to be the exact same thing, and it's all going to culminate to some massive battle or massive couple of battles.
Yeah,
where people are going to die or people aren't going to die, and my reaction to the end of this show will very much heavily depend on how many tragedies occur from this taking over of Hawkins. Because let's not sugarcoat it. I think these first 2 episodes have been fine. I think it's good, like, build up in some aspects, but a lot of it's just not there up into the point of like season 1 or season 3 with some of those episodes and some of those storylines. We're very much getting like a replaying of it, and I think there's a reason why we're getting that. But at this point, I'm like, how many more hours do you need to build this storyline to an ultimate battle?
Yeah. We know this thing is wrapping up to a close after episode 8 of this show. There's nothing more coming out after that.
Allegedly, yeah. I mean, I guess anything's possible.
I mean, they've confirmed like they've got this thing wrapped up. Season 5 is their final season.
Fair enough.
What are they gonna do? I mean, have them when they're 30? We're basically almost there now.
Hey, dude, spinoffs. The Walking Dead has perfected the spinoff.
Oh,
God.
And no one wants
to death, and no one watches it.
No, fair enough.
Those shows are just pissing in the wind.
I mean, yeah, I'm not saying that we need a Stranger Things everything spins off, but
it kind of just did.
No,
you put it out there, man.
Look, if we were to get like a Vecna origin story, but not a Broadway play, would I hate that? Like, I'm not saying I would or wouldn't. Honestly, Vecna and this whole Mr. What's It storyline, and apparently Vecna in terms of just Vecna himself, I'm more interested in that storyline than anything to do with these kids.
Yeah.
Well, because I like Jamie Campbell Bower, and I like what he's doing. I think that he's really good as Vecna / Victor Creel or whatever the hell his name is. And I just like watching. Whatever. What was the number? Was he 8 or was
1?
He
was 1.
He was 1.
Yeah.
No, I'm thinking about something else.
He's Mr. Mr. OG, Mr. Original.
I'm thinking about something else. I just think that character is very interesting, and ties into a lot of the stuff that I really liked about season 4.
Yeah.
And it's newer stuff as opposed to, again, Demogorgons pulling portals out of their ass and just showing
Which is
up and Mr.
fine.
Wheeler being asleep or whatever.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
I've
look.
kind of been here.
Yeah, I mean, Demogorgons are tough. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm fine with the battles with Demogorgons and stuff like that. But I mean, I know what the Duffer Brothers are doing. I'm just here to tell you. Let's get to Vecna. Like, let's move this along. I guess is my biggest gripe with the show so far. Is let's move this along. Yeah. I want to see pettiness. I am on record for this.
The Duffer Brothers always take those first couple episodes to kind of set the tone for the season, and
sure,
that's
and
what they're doing.
The tone set for the season so far is none of this exposition is going to really matter in the end because there's going to be something crazy that happens like halfway through the season that blows up into this big battle, and then people are probably going to die. I mean, that's what I feel like we're trending towards is like just a massive battle where people die.
Yeah, and that alludes to the whole conversation that Mike and Nancy have at the hospital too, where Nancy was basically, reaffirming Mike with what she saw that Vecna showed her, that whole scene where her parents, and Holly are all dead. So obviously we know something is coming because that's sort of coming true.
Come on, Terminator, you can always change your fate.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry.
That is
Terminator,
true.
you can always make a shit movie.
Sorry. Oh, we are giving away our opinions too early.
Talking about a shitty movie, the shitty little side movie that we have of Steve and Jonathan continuing to bitch at each other.
Oh, God.
I don't need anymore.
Yeah, I'm not down with that.
So
I'm hoping this wraps up soon because
they're turning Steve into like my least likable person. I mean, Jonathan is leading the category, but now that Steve is like in the pissing match with him, I don't love it.
I don't even think they've changed his character at all because in the past couple seasons, he's always been with the younger kids. He's never had to interact with Jonathan really since season 1.
Fair enough.
So I'm sure had he been with Jonathan and Nancy the whole time, we would have had this Steve progressing, but he's always been, the babysitter. Like he can constantly complain, but that's where he thrives because he's with the kids that actually like him for who he is, and he doesn't have to worry about this shit. Whereas now he's stuck with the one person he does not want to be around at all, and that's Jonathan. And Jonathan even calls him out a little bit on that. I was kind of shocked at Jonathan, but Dustin was just like, Dustin shows up, and that was the worst reaction I got. It was just like, what happened to you? Like,
I got jumped.
Your best friend looks like shit.
Yeah.
Like, no, hey, are you okay? Like, no, it's just, where have you been?
I don't want to be mean. That was terrible writing. Terrible.
I think it was terrible writing.
I'm interested in it.
I mean, obviously, because I Googled, I was interested if Dustin was going to get killed. Because that would have actually been an interesting plot. Like, oh my God, Dustin just got murdered by these other high school
Google
kids.
When the show is over. We still got 6
I understand that.
Left.
Look. No, look, my Google search was so narrow. I said, does he die getting jumped by X and X and X? That was how narrow my Google search was. But my point with that, Tommy, is I'm not interested in this storyline. I'm not interested in Dustin. I'm not interested in Steve. And that is an indictment on their relationship right now. Because that's my favorite duo. Like, that's the problem. Yeah. Actually,
at least it was.
The most interesting thing in this episode was and for the crawl too. The most interesting thing they've done so far is when Steve tells him to like shove it and like stop talking and stuff, and then he just drills a hole in Steve's like sports car and puts a radar on it. It's like the funniest moment of the entire like really show. And he goes, "Sorry, I can't hear you. I'm too busy drilling into your sports car. Ruining the top of the roof or whatever." But yeah, I don't know. I'm just, guys. I'm here for. I'm on record. I'm here for Petty Vecna. I want to see what he does. I don't care about the rest of these people right now. I want to see what Vecna does. Maybe that's a flaw in my character. I don't know.
I'm gonna say something that I never, ever, ever thought that I would say.
No.
You would ever say about Stranger Things?
I think that one of the more interesting things going on right now
I knew that was coming.
is with Will Byers.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if it's because Noah Schnapp is doing well. I still think that if I stuck him in a wet paper bag, he wouldn't be able to act his way out of it.
Well, let's give
Tommy,
him
I'm in the middle of something here, Tommy. You give me my goddamn time. Tommy.
All right.
I think he's turning a little bit of a corner, Tommy.
I was going to support that theory.
I think someone in his life said, Noah, this is your only this is if you don't get your shit together, perhaps it's too late, but if you don't get your shit together now, you will be only acting in like local cereal commercials, and you might not even get that. So you need to step it up, or I hope you saved your money.
But now here's what I was going to say, knowing that you were about to say this, I'm going to propose this. Is he doing better?
Already engaged.
Or is it just that the fact that we have the past 4 seasons of his acting to compare it to, he just looks better than those 4. He's not actually.
Well, that would be doing better by definition, Tommy.
Yeah, but compared to actual other actors.
Yes. I think that at this point, he is doing better. And I, kind of foreshadowing a little bit. I'm still making my point. Because I've given this man a lot of shit.
The most passionate
I've given this man a lot of shit. And so when I'm issuing a half-hearted apology, I need to do it with my whole ass chest. So I think that in this episode, he's just doing better. And I think that in others that I've seen that are to come, he's actually doing well. Now, will that continue? Yeah. I wouldn't bet on it. But you know what? We've seen it so far, so I know the kid's got it in him.
Are you clouded by...
I'm going to edit this out and send it to Noah Schnapp and say, hey, good job.
I'd wait until the whole season is done. No,
that man does not care a lick what Mitchell thinks about his acting. That man has made way more money than...
He should. He
has made way more money than we will ever see in our entire life.
I'm the consumer, damn it.
Look, is it possible, Mitchell? I don't want to dampen your, vigor for Noah's acting. Is it possible, just possible, that Will Byers' character is actually the most interesting part of this show so far in terms of the episodes? Absolutely. And it is clouding your judgment on his acting because you're like, damn, when he's on screen, I actually care about this product right now.
There's a possibility with that, but they gave him more to do.
He's been good.
And he's been able to handle it.
Yeah.
Because in our season 4, when they had this man crying and shit, I was like, he can't fucking handle it. But I also want to say, and this is going to sound really petty, it's going to sound like a joke, but I mean it 100%. I think that giving him an actual human fucking haircut might have assisted in this.
That is so
Because
petty.
In season 4, he looks like a Cabbage Patch Kid, had dreams of being a real boy. And in season 5, he actually looks like a human. And I think that helps.
Yeah.
I do agree.
I don't know if this is 3 or 4, Tommy, but I will say his best acting scene so far is when he was having a seizure on the ground. I was like, this is like actually well
our
done.
Episode. Don't listen to our review.
Oh, don't listen to it. Oh, you didn't like when he was convulsing on the ground.
I think we made fun of that scene for a good 10 minutes.
Wow.
Well, I was just hoping that it was for real. No, I'm just kidding. But
I thought he was actually like acting a little bit. I was like, wow, he actually did something well here. Huh? No. Interesting.
But speaking of Will's character,
Trouble in Paradise. I can't believe you named that Trouble in Paradise.
I'm not gonna lie.
There is no paradise.
I kind of like the Will Robin character pairing in this season so far.
Sure, that's because Robin's a cool character.
Yeah.
Again, if you put Robin with anybody, I think it's gonna work.
None of this. I mean, her and Nancy kind of had moments last season where it was like a hit or miss. But I think her and Will kind of have a good bond going. I kind of like to see where that goes, and especially them pranking Joyce with the whole Back to the Future reference. I appreciated that.
Oh, I did appreciate the flux capacitor.
Especially especially when she radios
funny.
like Dustin and Jonathan and Steve, and they're just like, "What?
They're like, what? What?
Like, what are you talking about?"
Yeah, it's good stuff.
So, what are our theories and thoughts about the whole Will Vecna connection? How that's going to work?
I mean, Vecna is obviously still petty as fuck and is mad that Will.
Well, because we mentioned yesterday, like why, or yesterday last episode, when they went through the effort to show us what happened to Will when he was first captured. Obviously, that's playing into him now basically kind of having Vecna's abilities or being able to see through Vecna's eyes.
What it comes down to.
Like, this is why I was joking when I said, like, Will is like Harry Potter in this sense. Like, I think he's, for lack of better terms, in the Stranger Things universe, but he's basically a Horcrux of Vecna, where he has Vecna's abilities, and Vecna may or may not know that he does. I'm not sure.
Right. No. I think Vecna knows, and I think Vecna is using him.
Possibly.
I think he's being used. And it's all going to come to light that Will was like, quote unquote, being across or crossing the group, is a traitor, but he does it unbeknowingly. And then real shit goes down. I think he's going to be the reason a couple of people die. That sounds very dark. That sounds very dark.
Because a couple theories that I've been hearing, one of them was the whole, like, Will has Vecna's powers now, and he's going to be the key to beating Vecna. Another one I've heard is that he's basically through and through sleeper cell for Vecna, where Vecna is basically going to activate him using the powers, and he's going to turn on the group.
Yeah, I can see that.
But I can see it going either way. But I think the least.
I only care about with Holly and Mr. Whatsit. I'm sorry.
No. All right. Speaking of Whatsit, can I just say that was the most underwhelming reveal that you could have ever possibly done in a TV show. When they did the whole Karen dramatically writing out his name, we see him like through the door, and like everyone's like, "Ooh, who is it?" I'm like, "Really? Like, come on! Why did we make this so dramatic? Everybody knows who the hell Mr. Whatsit is. Like, there was no secrecy behind this. Like, there was no, there was no.
Does the group know he's Henry?
I think so.
Cause Nancy mentioned something, but then it seems like everyone's just borderline stupid.
I can't remember last season, because obviously they went to visit Victor Creel a lot in the whole prison, that whole concept. So I'm assuming they know that he's.
Am I spoiling something? Am I in like episode 3 right now instead of episode? No, I feel like I'm still in episode 2.
The whole Mr. Whatsit.
They all blend together, Brandon.
The whole Mr. Whatsit concept being revealed. Season 4, I'm pretty sure they know who he is.
Yeah.
So
the difference, at least know what he looks like.
So here's this is where the whole play concept comes into it, because the kids know who that is, but the parents don't know the Henry.
No, that's one of their classmates.
And that's why when she was like, "Oh, the name is Henry," they kind of looked at each other like, "Oh shit," because they know that's Vecna, but the parents don't know that's Vecna. So that's kind of like the whole. Now the kids are realizing who Mr. Whatsit is, and that Vecna is still alive, because that was the whole question last episode. Was they're still trying to figure out, hey, is Vecna even still living? We don't have proof of this. So now that we have Mr. Whatsit, aka Vecna, actively operating in the real world, going after children, it's like, shit, Vecna's still alive. He's still operating. We just didn't see him. That's what I think the whole reveal was supposed to be, but we all saw that coming a mile away. So it was just very underwhelming.
Oh, okay. I understand, because episode 3 has to do with the house. Okay. Yep.
Cool. So, yeah.
Just wanted to make sure I wasn't jumping too far ahead, but they do reveal that it is Henry at the very end of the episode.
So nothing too crazy on this one.
Yeah, I mean, I only care about Holly.
To say
yeah, I got nothing else. I just look. I'm here for it.
I don't really care about Holly.
Henry, fuck some shit up. Like, no, I want him to use Holly to like fuck some shit up. Like, let's go. Like, bring on the pettiness. I want to see some people. I've never rooted
this is
more
a connective tissue episode. Right. It is an episode that is important to get to where we're going, but it is not an episode that leaves you like, wow,
that was really
good. Yeah, no,
really
let's hey, let's watch that again.
Look, I'm here for. I've never rooted harder for like tragedy to strike a small town in Indiana than I have now.
Brandon's just watching the news like, come on. Come on, I want to hear about a town of 8,000 people being terrorized by a demon. Come on.
I say, like, it sounds like a bad thing, but honestly, the episodes are only interesting when he's terrorizing the town. Like, all this other stuff that's been happening, we've seen this before. Move on from it. Like, let's get to the terrorizing part of it.
Yeah.
I want to see what Vecna does next. Like that's what I'm here for. I'm not here for all of the in between Jonathan and Steve fighting with each other and Nancy being a throuple. I could care less about that. Let's move on. Vecna's here. All right. I guess that's it's a character flaw of mine, you know?
Yep.
It's a bunch of red flags. Avoid me, people, as much as possible. I'm a red flag.
I'm going to come out and say I'm going to give this a 7.4.
That seems low for you.
It's
the
very
last
low
one was 8.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Damn. Okay.
The last one was what, 8.5? Yeah, that seems very low. I'm going lower than season 1. Mitchell, I'm still in the 6s, but barely 6.00.
Wow. Okay. Nothing in this really pissed me off. I was just kind of.
I wasn't mad. I'm not mad. I'm just here for the Vecna stuff.
I'm surprised that I'm going to be the highest one on it.
Wow,
well, I guess that helps your guys' guessing, but.
Oh, I mean, 7.8.
I'm going 7.6.
7.8.
Oh, hold on, 7.64 because he does the stupid double decimal shit.
True double decimal.
Okay,
8,
Brandon, what's yours?
Yeah, 7.86.
No, 7.89. No, that was the joke. You were actually really, really, really close, Brandon. 7.88 is my grade.
Fair enough.
So,
look,
you were very close.
I don't hate the show. I don't hate the 2 episodes. I understand that they're here for connective tissue exposition purposes. I'm here for Vecna. Like at this point, I'm here for Vecna. I've binged this show for too long this month for me not to be interested in Vecna. Is all I'm saying. So maybe it's on me. Walking red flag.
Well, next week we will be talking about season 5, episode 3, and I think that one is called
The Turnbow Trap.
The Turnbow Trap. I'm sorry. All I saw was the. I was like, I think the episode is called The
kid that everyone hates.
There's probably more to it than that, but
actively right, those people should be hating this kid, but we'll get into that.
Hey, that kid brings some energy to the show, so you shut your damn mouth.
That is a good point. He does bring the energy.
Yeah. No, I think that the season begins to have a little bit of an uptick after this. So more positives to come. We'll talk about it next week. This is probably the shortest Stranger Things episode that we've ever had, but we demand. This is the final season. We demand more than what we're getting right now. Come on, Duffer Brothers. I know you got it in you. Goodbye.